Hi guys, in today's episode I'm going to be talking about your preparation before you leave your country, just before you leave, so you know what to bring, what not to bring, and how to prepare for your travels. I would like to start with the best time to move. In my opinion, the best time to move is during the early summer. And the reason is because at that time a lot of students are going to finish their school year and they are going to be coming back to their home or to their home countries, and there will be a lot of apartments available on the market. And the first thing you need once you move to a new country is to find a place to live. And it's very important that you find something relatively quick, because the cost of renting a room in a hotel or a motel or anything of this sort is actually very, very high. So you want to get yourself an apartment as fast as you can. Now here there is a few additional advices. First, move to a new country relatively close to end of the month, because you need to find something quick, let's say in around a week, and then typically a rent of a new place starts with the beginning of a new month. So you don't want to spend too much time in a hotel, but on the other hand, you need a few days to go and look through a few places. Second advice, try to look for an apartment before you leave your home country. Try to find something on local listings and try to gauge the price range that you will be comfortable with. So when you will be looking, it is not going to be that intimidating, and you already will have some level of knowledge how much you can afford, where you want to live, and so on and so forth. Coming back to the best time to move. Early summer also provides you with an opportunity to find entry-level jobs in some seasonal jobs, like picking fruits or vegetables, or painting, or light construction work. This is something that is very easy to get, sometimes even on the spot. You show up at a construction site, sometimes they have a little office where they have job advertisements, and you can grab a little flyer, fill up the form, and typically within a day or two you can start working. So it's very important that you time your move very, very well. When I was moving to Canada, I pretty much sold everything I had. I sold my car, all of my gadgets, most of my clothes, all appliances and furnitures I had. I didn't have my own apartment or my own house, but I sold practically everything I had. When we were flying in, we only took 2 luggages with us, and then when I actually found a place to live, I gave an address to my mom, and she sent me 1 box with winter clothes. That's it. Everything else was sold just because I needed the capital to bring with me to have more money to establish myself in a new country. Now I know that was a good decision, and here's why. First of all, most of the appliances and gadgets will not work. There are different electrical requirements for anything that you have to plug into a wall. There is a different plug, different amperage and voltage, and practically none of this would work. So be aware of that. Second thing, clothes are so much cheaper over here, and it was just so much easier to change my wardrobe here that I think I would pay more to ship it rather than to buy new clothes over here. So it didn't really make sense to bring anything from Poland. There were only few things that I brought with me, and one and most important thing that I brought was a laptop. And you would say, well, now everybody has a smartphone, why do I need the laptop? Well, it is easy to search for a new place to live or a job on a smartphone, but when you have to write a resume or a cover letter, or whenever you have to apply for a job online, it's actually very hard to do on your smartphone. So do bring a laptop with you. Don't worry about the internet. You will find free internet in most of the coffee shops. So really there's no need to worry about that. The other thing to bring with you are your documents. I covered that in one of my previous videos, so go and check that out. But just remember to have extra copies and make sure that you have them with you when you fly, because you need them at the border. And also, if your luggage gets lost, that means that all of your documents will get lost too. So make sure that you always have them with you. One thing that a lot of people consider doing while preparing to move to another country is to contact employers early on and send them resumes and try to establish some early connection with the employers. I don't think that is actually a good idea, and here's why. First of all, a lot of the time when an employer doesn't have a local phone number or a local address, they discard that resume, and that person typically will never come up with in the search results ever again. So you burn yourself out early on. The second thing is that you don't want to give your employer an impression that you don't know what you're doing, and no one is going to employ you without a valid work permit, and you're going to get that work permit on the border. The simple fact that you have a visa doesn't necessarily give you a work permit number, which is necessary when being employed. In different countries it might be called differently. In Canada it's called SIN, but what I mean here is that if you don't have the legal paperwork behind, no one is going to employ you. Therefore, don't contact your employers early on, because it is not going to give you any heads up and you're going to burn yourself. One more thing to consider while preparing to move to a new country is to search for local community centers that might be of a support for you when you move. Sometimes there are community centers that are related to your country, or maybe other communities that are related to your hobbies. Myself, I found a Polish community center here, and I also found a group called Vancouver Hackspace, which is basically a community of people who are interested in electronics, 3D printing, DIY projects, laser cutting, and all things of this sort. And what that does, it gives you a sense of belonging early on. So you have a chance to find some friends, you have a chance to find some people who have common interest, and this way you don't feel so lonely when you move. Another thing to consider is to find non-profit organizations that are helping immigrants. A lot of them will help you with your language, they will help you with any kind of paperwork that you might need help with, and they also provide any additional courses that might help you get skills required on a local job market. They are very useful in anything that is related to searching for new jobs or searching for apartments or connecting people with other people that are in a very similar situation as you are. So make sure to look for those organizations, because this is what is going to help you establish yourself once you land in a new country. That's it for this episode. Please let me know, how did you like it? What did you find useful? What did you already knew? Maybe some of those things were obvious to you, maybe you learned something new. Please let me know in the comment section down below. Also, click like and subscribe. That will help me with my channel, and you will get notification whenever a new video comes out. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one.